Start without sharing the screen, if that's possible.
Yep, let me start it this way. I think. Let's do it like this, and I'll add you. There we go. Ta-da!
Okay.
And hello there. Welcome to everybody. Nice to see you. This week we are talking about a similar topic as last week. Last week we talked about how you can use AI in conjunction with YouTube to find out the summaries of what it is you're watching. So it's really interesting stuff. We're going to dig a little bit deeper today, and we're going to talk about how you can use the transcript within YouTube with AI to find the meaning of words, some information about vocabulary, things like that. Let's see what we can do. I'm Bianca. I'm your accent coach, and this is William. And William, give a quick introduction for yourself.
Yeah, my pleasure. I'm an enthusiast of learning in general, and especially learning English.
Absolutely, and really good at
Uh,
tech. And also, he's the moderator over on our Discord channel. So you can join that.
mhm.
It's a free community, and the link will be down below in the description. And also, today we have office hours, which we'll mention again later on. And right now, for everybody to know, this is the month of May, if you're watching this live, and I have a teacher's academy. It's called the Accent Teachers Academy. So if you are an English teacher and you want to kind of pivot into accent teaching like I do, or you just want to get better at teaching, room, you can join my Accent Teachers Academy right now for a free trial month. And that's because just this week is actually Teacher Appreciation Week, and Teachers Day was on Monday, the 15th. So hopefully everybody will get a chance to do that. So, William, are you ready to share your screen and we can see
Yeah.
what's going on? Okay, great. Actually, I think we messed it all up. Yeah, that's not the one I want. Oh no, where did it go? Let me redo it. That's fine. Let me redo it, and I'm gonna share your screen, and I'm just gonna give us a couple of pictures in here. So tell us what we're looking at while I get these pictures ready.
Yeah. So today I have chosen a random video of yours.
Completely
Uh,
random.
yeah, well, of your channel. That's because it's a long format. It's a long video,
Mm.
and also it's interesting because you include captions in the video,
Mm-hmm.
but those are what is called hard coded in the video. I cannot select this text and copy
Mm,
it
mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
my clipboard. So it's a good example. If this is more common in shorts, YouTube shorts,
Mm-hmm.
that they have these kind of captions, and especially as you play, you get the word highlighted
Mm-hmm.
in like karaoke kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So today I want to show people how they can use very easily Chrome extension to power up their skills for language learning when doing YouTube, but anytime. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have to be the purpose that, oh, I have the intention today, now, for about some minutes to do language learning. Perhaps I'm watching just Mr. Beast
Mm-hmm.
for entertainment purposes. And it just happens that it pops one word that, oh, what is this? I'm unfamiliar with this word.
Mm-hmm.
And with two clicks, I can get the information and so on.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be. Um, so what is I want to emphasize is that the purpose is not just for language learning.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
it can be in any time. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, it's almost like you don't have to sit down and say have a
So
study session for language. It can just be while you're watching videos.
yeah,
You
precisely.
can just do that. Yeah, exactly. So let's take a look how we do that from the start. I think the first thing we would need is the plugin, no?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's called what the one we will use today is called Use ChatGPT.
Simple enough to remember.
You
Okay.
will, yeah, simple enough. Is ChatGPT an extension that uses ChatGPT? Use
Mm,
ChatGPT. You cannot get
lovely.
simpler than that.
Lovely.
The link will be in the description. Same as before, you just click here, this button, to install it,
Mm-hmm.
and you will see it on the top. And if you don't see it, you will need to click this icon, the puzzle icon, the puzzle key,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
the puzzle piece, I think it's called.
Puzzle
Yeah.
piece, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then you will need to pin it. It's here.
Mm-hmm.
In this, let's say it's this case, you will click on pin, and
Mm-hmm.
voila, it will be available here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And in this particular um, extension, there is a key binding. So I could use the mouse, but I can also press Alt J and I
Okay.
submit it.
Hmm.
If I don't remember, you see here the shortcut.
Yes.
It says,
Okay,
if
so
I
you
don't
don't have to
remember,
remember it.
yeah, if I don't remember, you just click, and it's the same thing.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Then
Mm-hmm.
this extension provides more. It's not even if the name says ChatGPT, you can actually use other agents, other
Mm-hmm.
AIs. But we will stick to ChatGPT. The first time it will ask you to log in, so you just click to log in,
Mm-hmm.
and that's automatic. I don't do anything. It opens in a different window that I'm not sharing,
Mm.
and
Just the
now I log.
login. Just the login opens in a different window.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
1 second. Okay. Do you see now that it's no longer says to log in?
Yeah, because you're already logged in. So,
Uh,
yeah.
hmm.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
That's a sidebar. We'll use it later, not now.
Okay.
So now we have the extension installed and logged in. As you have seen, this only took like a minute. It's
Mm.
not a big deal,
Mm-hmm.
and you only need to do it once. So from now on, it will be just a matter of a few clicks.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. So I have here this episode that is an hour and something. So what we will do is that's the default view in YouTube.
Mm.
So since I can activate the captions. Those are the
Mm.
automatic captions. Do you see
Mm-hmm.
in this white color?
Yeah. Yeah.
I can move them around, but I cannot select the text either.
Ah,
So
I
as
didn't
well,
know that. Okay, let me just pause you and just
yeah,
review really quickly. So I make my own captions, right? Not everybody
right.
does that. You said it's pretty common when when there's vertical video, and there's always like
The shorts.
often a highlighting
Mm,
thing in shorts and things. Yeah, I think a lot of people do that for social media. I do it because I like my transcripts to be perfect. I like my captions to be perfect. And I know YouTube does a really good job, but that's why you're seeing two different captions right now. And I
yeah.
didn't know that the YouTube automatic captions, you couldn't click on those either. So what does a person need to do to get to clicking, let's say?
Okay, easy. Do you see here the menu?
Mm.
Um, Share, download, clip, save, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't see the option of transcript, you need to click on the three dot menu,
Mm.
and one of the options is show transcript.
Oh, lovely, lovely. And
Now
this is
that
for
will
other
depend.
languages. Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt. And this is for all other languages too, right? The video does not have to be in English, correct?
Yeah, in any language.
Okay, great. So this would help me in my
Uh,
Spanish learning or somebody in French or Polish as well.
yep.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Then you could see the text like this with the timestamp,
Mm-hmm.
so 49 minutes and so on, but you can turn it off, and it's easier to copy and paste. Let's say it's more friendly.
Mm-hmm.
For the simplicity, I will keep it as the default, how you will see it with doing nothing. So let's say that in this case, in 49 minutes and something, you say these things, neutral, don't mean the bridge. Yeah, actually, there's an interesting story about bridges. No, no, no. So let's say that, oh, I want to know what's a bridge, but I already know what is a bridge, on the building and so on.
Mm-hmm.
But later on, you at some point you mention a specific bridge. Let me check. Okay, here you go. So just a few seconds later, you mention Brooklyn Bridge.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And let's say, oh, in this case, as a language level, I know what a bridge is,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know what a Brooklyn Bridge is. Or
Mm-hmm.
here you have yet another one, Golden Gate Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
What I notice is that the bridge has a capital letter.
Mm-hmm.
Is A. Is that part of a name? I don't know. So let's check that out. So what I do is I select the name, and here I have the menu. I could also have used the keyword. Then I have a menu of all of the things I can do with this extension. We will mention more in other upcoming weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, we will use this, explain this.
Oh, nice.
And this already opens the sidebar. Do you remember last time we had to open a new tab with ChatGPT and so on?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Here, instead of ChatGPT, it's a sidebar. So
Ah.
if I watch the video, I can do this while I watch the video at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to
Mm-hmm.
pause, go there, and so on. So in this case, well, it's quite long, but it's more than what I wanted.
More than you
But
bargained for.
yeah, and the Brooklyn Bridge is famous bridge located in New York City and connects and so on. As
Mm-hmm.
I wrote, it's why it's important because it connects Manhattan and Brooklyn and so
Mm-hmm.
on.
Mm-hmm.
So if you noticed, what the extension is doing for us is what is called a prompt template. So
Oh, okay. Wait, wait, wait,
I
wait,
only
wait. Wait, wait.
yeah
Before you tell about prompt template, can you review prompt engineering? Because we've mentioned that a few times. What's a prompt
yeah
engineer versus prompt template?
okay. Prompt engineering is how you specifically word the question so the artificial intelligence gives the answer you're looking for.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because you're not talking to a human, it's a
Yeah.
different experience.
Yeah.
And then uh, a prompt template in this case is instead of me asking every time, explain this in the context, do you see the text?
Yeah.
So it's easy to understand explanation, pretend to explain it to a middle school student who has no background knowledge, and then so you don't take anything for granted. In this case,
Aha.
I have taken for granted what a bridge is.
Yes.
But if you notice, because of this prompt, it is giving me the definition of bridge.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It is connects boroughs. Oh, sorry. Here, sorry. Imagine you have two pieces of land. There's a river flowing between them to go to na. So it's a very plain English language definition of
Mm.
bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because it is set to a middle school student.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you see, and so long story short, instead of let's say I came across, I do prompt engineering, and I fine tune this prompt that this works most of the time. Then instead of copy and pasting this and just changing the text that I
Mm-hmm.
want, I I use this extension. And if you notice, the only thing that changes is this. That is the
Mm-hmm.
selection.
The thing that you highlighted.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of opening a new tab, copy and paste the prompt, copy and paste the selection I
Mm.
wanted,
Mm-hmm.
and then now I have this and in the same window.
It's already there. Can I ask you a question real quickly?
Yep.
So here's the template, right? Which is like a template of a prompt. Did
Mhm.
you write the template or did it already come? It seems to me it's one of the ones you selected.
Yeah. Good question. So you have this built in.
Mm.
We'll cover this later on. Change
Okay.
tone, paraphrase, simplify
Mm-hmm.
language,
Mm-hmm.
summarize. But there is an option that you can make your own templates
Ah.
as well. So
Okay.
those are. So let's say that I don't want this simplification of middle school
Mm-hmm.
student.
Mm-hmm.
So I want more technical or more harder. Let's say.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, so I want simple English, but use specific words, not
Yeah.
just plain common words and so on. To be more precise, I
Mm-hmm.
could fine tune it, create my own,
Mm-hmm.
or any combination. For instance, we just did the bridge, the Brooklyn Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
So, just for example, what happens if I select just bridge and I do the same thing? Is explain this.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see? I have yet again the same text
Yes.
with the only
Same.
difference
Mm-hmm.
of bridge.
Is the selection.
And now, if you notice, it's giving the definition of the language level, what the bridge is an
Mm.
again is quite, for instance, I could fine tune it to be less verbose because it's quite long. So it's a bridge is a structure that helps you cross over things like rivers, valleys, and roads. This is especially useful if you're learning a language, not necessarily English, but you're still intermediate or even less. So you want the definition to include common words.
Mm-hmm.
I will give you the counter example. You go to Wikipedia and you ask, oh, what is whatever, a protein?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you know that some people in the gym drink protein shakes?
Yeah.
What is a protein? I don't know exactly what it is, right? And what happens at Wikipedia is using a lot of technical jargon and
Mm.
concepts that, okay, I have a definition, but now I have more questions than, than an answer, right?
Uh-huh.
So and I will be words that I have never came across, and no, it doesn't help me.
Mm.
So when language learning is especially useful to use this prompt like middle school student, because it will be using the grammar rules, the vocabulary that a middle school student will know. So
Mm-hmm.
anything beyond that will be rephrased at some degree to keep it simple.
Mm-hmm. 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 So I think are those all of the steps that we need to know? Or is there something else missing? I think we've gone through all the steps, right?
Yeah, for this specific use case, the explain a word, a selection,
Yep.
is like this. You have a video, you press the three dot menu, show transcript,
Mm-hmm.
you select the word, and then it will appear this menu
Mm-hmm.
that you can do it instead of the mouse. You can do it with the keyboard if you want. If you do this often enough, and then you select the template. In this case, it's explain this,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it.
There we go. So in this case, we're talking about explain this. How do I take, let's say, vocabulary, a phrase, something like that, and say, this vocabulary seems to be important. It's a new word for me, whatever. I can use the function of, I don't know if you call them functions, the choice of explain this. And I think one step we maybe didn't review is to get the plugin first, right?
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you will click the link into the description
Yep.
box, or anyhow you can go to you can Google
Mm-hmm.
Chrome Web Store,
Yep.
full extensions, and use Chat GPT.
Easy enough. Yes, if you can remember
Yeah,
that.
it's
And if not,
enough. And then you click the button to install it. You will have a prompt. You
mm-hmm.
accept,
Mm-hmm.
want to install it. That's it. 2 clicks and five
Nice.
seconds.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so
And
oh, I'm sorry, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
yeah, and if you want to dig further, it's okay. Now I have bridge, but how it is pronounced because of the spelling and so on. So you could combine anything,
Mm-hmm.
and you can. If you see here, I'm not sharing. We're not sharing the
Oh,
screen.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought we were wrapping up. Sorry. Do you want me to share the screen
Yeah,
again? Okay, let me see.
yeah.
I'm
Just 30
actually
seconds.
gonna share it like this. There we go. Okay.
Yeah. So just to let you know that we can do selections and
Mm-hmm.
have a prompt. But let's say if you're curious and you want to dig further, you can ask any follow-up question here. So
Ah, that's
here you
nice.
could ask, breeds because of the
Mm-hmm.
spelling, how it is pronounced, or you
Mm-hmm.
could can you get me a list of words that are pronounced the same as breeds, that rhythm with breeds,
Mm-hmm.
or
Mm-hmm.
any
Mm-hmm.
other thing that we covered in previous episodes?
Something that happened in my podcast that we're using right now to show an example of is that we were talking about the different, how should we say, meanings of bridge, and how a bridge can also be a bridge between friendship. It can be metaphorical, in that way too. And I didn't see that listed just now in this one. So I was thinking like, oh, maybe that's another prompting
So,
question you could
please,
ask
yeah,
it.
I could ask what are metaphoric uses of
Mm-hmm.
the word be. Well, we're not showing the screen, but it's what I said.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it's the same experience as ChatGPT.
Mm-hmm.
But oh, look at that. The first one is building relationships.
Ah, lovely.
The second one is closing gaps.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Third is transition or transitioning.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth, connecting knowledge. And every one of those have a definition and an example.
Mm.
It's a pretty good definition.
Oh, nice,
Yeah.
nice. Another thing I noticed is that there weren't pictures, right? And nouns are great with images. So I feel like maybe in the future it's gonna connect, and if it's a noun, boom, 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 tons of different pictures suddenly, and that might be helpful too, because I didn't see that happening either.
Not today, but we can cover this anytime.
Coming
Almost,
up.
yeah, anything that you may imagine, it is possible, or it will be possible in no time.
Yeah, yeah, tomorrow,
And
it feels like.
what is possible today, for instance, is to join the Discord before office hours. That we will do in 10 minutes.
Good one. And that's why we stop now. That's why we go live on Wednesdays, specifically just a little bit before office hours. So if you look in the description below, you're going to see that there's a free link to join our Discord, and there's another link where if you don't know Discord and you're like, what's going on here? It's a little bit scary. There's another little 5-minute tutorial where I show you how to kind of set up Discord and what's important. So we would love to see you there. And if you're watching this today in 10 minutes, and if you're watching this as a replay, any Wednesday at this time. So, is there anything else that you want to mention before we say thanks and bye?
Yeah, see you in Discord. We can
Yeah.
continue any question you may have. Oh, I have this idea, I don't know how to do it. Or is it even possible? Or what do you do for learning English to improve anything?
Yeah, like what else? What else?
Yeah,
Because this every time we
what
come on
else?
live, it's only 15 minutes. It's only one little thing, but I'm sure people still
Hmm.
have questions. So please bring your questions on Wednesdays to office hours. It could be related to this, it could be just related to accent or pronunciation in general or just language. Come and hang out with us. So, on that note, we're going to say bye. See you next week. Have a good one.
Yeah.
And thanks for joining us.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.